Gaming should be for everyone. It should be a space where we celebrate skill, strategy, and teamwork, where we connect through our love of the game. But for so many players, especially women and marginalized groups, that's not the reality. The moment they speak in voice chat, they're met with ridicule. They're harassed, insulted, or told that they don't belong. And it's not just words. It's the weight of an entire culture that tells them their presence isn't welcome. This isn't trash talk. This is something deeper. Something that drives talented players away, makes people second guess whether they even want to queue up, and silences voices that deserve to be heard. And honestly, it's something I've seen firsthand. Back in 2019, I competed for Nesso Esports and Open Division for Overwatch. Our hit-scan DPS players was one of the best I have ever seen. Her aim was insane. Her game sense was completely next level. I kid you not, if there's any justice in this scene, she could have easily made it to Contenders and maybe even further. But she refused to talk in ranked. Not because she lacked confidence, and not because she didn't have the callouts. She had some of the sharpest comms in our team environment, but the moment she spoke outside of our group, the insults would start. The minute they heard she was a woman, the comments would pour in. She stopped using voice chat outside of play with our team. She adapted by playing in silence. And she wasn't alone. There are thousands of talented players who are forced to choose between enduring harassment or playing at a disadvantage. And the reality is, it shouldn't be that way. This isn't just an Overwatch problem. It's a gaming problem and a culture problem. 48% of women in gaming report experiencing harassment. And that's just what's documented. How many more simply don't report it because they know nothing's going to change? People in marginalized groups hear slurs, get death threats, and are treated like they don't belong in a space they love. And yet, we excuse it. It's just how online games are. Just mute them. Grow thicker skin. No, that is not the answer. The answer is fixing the culture that made this acceptable in the first place. We have the power to shift this. It starts with us. We need to recognize the behavior. Toxicity does not just mean shouting slurs. It's the microaggressions, the dismissals, the way some players are made to feel unwelcome the moment they speak. If you've ever felt that gut reaction when someone joins voice chat or seen someone get dogpiled for speaking up, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and it's on all of us to call it out when we see it. Don't let silence be the default. If you hear someone being harassed, back them up. You don't have to argue, but you can shift the culture by shutting toxicity down. A simple, "that's not cool," can make someone feel less alone. Just acknowledging that a person exists in a game without reducing them to their identity is a game changer. Use the tools, but I promise you they're not enough. Yes, report and mute the toxic players. Yes, use the in-game tools, but let's be real. Muting doesn't solve the problem. The goal isn't just to avoid harassment, it's to build a gaming space where people don't feel unsafe speaking at all. Think about what we're losing. That hit-scan DPS player I told you about, she easily could have been a Contenders level player. She had the skill, the drive, and the work ethic, but the community made her feel like she never belonged, no matter what her team would say. She trusted us, but could not trust anybody else. But who could blame her? The gaming community as a whole has let everybody down. How many players have we lost because of this? How many incredible teammates, content creators, and future champions never even got a chance because they got told over and over and over again that they weren't welcome? It's not just about being nicer online. It's about keeping gaming alive. Because if we keep letting toxicity push people out, the future of gaming will be a hollow shell of what it could be. Gaming is for everyone. If we want it to stay for everyone, we have to take responsibility. If you see toxicity, speak up, even if it's just to support the person that's being targeted. If you hear it, don't ignore it. Normalize saying that's not okay. If you play, make gaming a place where skill is what matters, not gender, not identity, not anything else. The more we let toxicity slide, the more we lose. The more we push back, the better gaming becomes. The choice is ours. Let's make it clear. Gaming belongs to everyone. If you agree, drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video, and let's make some noise. The more people who push back, the harder it becomes for toxicity to thrive. No one should feel unsafe speaking in the game they love. It's time we make gaming what it was always meant to be.